After this weekend's record-breaking snow, winter-like weather is not going to end in southern Wisconsin anytime soon. Tracking the latest snow chances and alert day cold as soon as Thursday. That's coming up.
Locally made foam is helping to fight fires. We'll tell you about the new bill that would make it cheaper to deploy across the state. And cutting a different career path, we'll explain the benefits of going into the trades. That's all coming up on News 3 Now at 10. Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining us. I'm Sarah Carlson. Eric is off tonight. We begin tonight with a look at that weather. Some light snow again, just light this time, moving through the region earlier tonight. Alex, can we expect any more of this in the forecast?
A few more flurries yet tonight, and there's still some out there on radar 3000. Not across all of southern Wisconsin. Then another little bit of snow Wednesday morning. That's with a clipper-like system that's going to usher in some real cold stuff as we head into Thursday morning. Let's take a look, though, radar 3000 right now. I really am just eyeing up Beaver Dam to Madison to Belleville. This is U.S. Highway 151. Everything to the south and east of 151 is where that little bit of that powdery light snow is still going on right now. Fort Atkinson, Watertown, Janesville, Beloit. As we zoom on in here towards, just looking at the overall belt line, west here as we head on 12 out towards Middleton, dry, but as we head off towards the east towards Monona, over towards that intersection of 151 and U.S. Highway 30, a couple of snowflakes. So don't be surprised to have a little bit of that dusting still on some of those area roadways. And as we zoom on out here and take a peek north and west of Madison, everything has since stopped, maybe a flurry or two, and Future Track kicks all of those flurries and snow showers well off to the east by the time we get into the early morning hours. That light snow chance returns Wednesday morning, and behind it, bitterly cold air, wind chills to -20. How cold will those wind chills be specifically in your neighborhood? I'm going to show you when I come back in a little bit. It's going to be cold.
Sounds good. Thank you, Alex. And you can track all the forecasts for yourself on the First Warn Weather app. It has hourly planners, road conditions, and radar. You can download it for free in your phone's app store. Just search WISC Weather. And being outside is less than ideal, and that is especially true for the homeless population. This past weekend, South Central Wisconsin, as we just talked about, saw its first major snowfall of the season. And now we're talking about these temperatures below zero later in the week. We caught up with Madison Street Medicine, a local advocacy organization that passes out tents, sleeping bags, and other gear to those forced to sleep outside overnight.
And we do outreach, which we do 4 nights a week. If we see someone who is sleeping outside, we make sure they're aware that there is an emergency shelter. If they want to go to the shelter, we can offer bus passes to get there, or we can give them a ride.
If you or someone you know is facing homelessness, you can find resources on our website. Just head to channel3000.com. We now know the identity of the man who died in a motorcycle crash in Lodi last week. The Lodi Police Department says Kevin Malloy died at the scene after the crash last Tuesday. It happened at the overhead railroad crossing on State Highway 60 between Canning Street and Nessel Street. Investors say Malloy's motorcycle collided with the stone support of that crossing. No other vehicles were involved. Well, tonight, the city of Beloit swears in its new police chief. Shanella Stewart is taking up the position. She was serving as the Patrol Investigation and Community Policing Unit Commander in Oak Park, Illinois. Stewart is the first ever woman to hold the position of police chief in Beloit.
To the Beloit Police Department, I will lead with integrity, respect, and transparency. I look forward to partnering with all staff, sworn and non-sworn, as we police with dignity and respect to uphold the constitutional rights of all people.
And congratulations to her. Stewart believes her 19 years of experience in law enforcement will benefit the Beloit Police Department. Well, Wisconsin has 800 fire departments and 17,000 soybean farmers. So researchers are finding a way to bring them together with a sticky substance, soy foam. And as Arman Rahman found, lawmakers are trying to make it more accessible than more harmful substances.
Right now, these probably don't look like they'd be much help in a fire, but researchers in Wisconsin have developed ways to turn soybeans into a firefighting foam, and they want to make grants available to see if even soy can prevent wildfires.
We eat it, right? And we feed it to our livestock, so how harmful could it possibly be?
But soy foam can be too expensive.
The fire departments cannot right now fiscally use, the soy foam.
That's why Dave Garley, one of the developers of soy foam at Cross Plains Solutions, is pushing for Senate Bill 474, which would allow it to qualify for DNR grants to fight forest fires. They hope it'll eventually burn away any reason to use foam with PFAS or forever chemicals.
The firefighters today have a 72% increase of getting cancer than you and I. And again, it's because of the chemistry that they're exposed to.
The key ingredient in soy foam is the protein found in soy meal that forms a foam blanket on the fire and sticks to fuels, allowing water to penetrate.
At my test facility, I've been testing various formulations of soy foam over the past 2 years or more, and have found it to be a very effective product for both Class A materials like wood, grass, etc., and Class B materials, which are flammable liquids like diesel fuel, jet fuel, gasoline, etc.
And unlike forever chemicals, most of soy foam biodegrades in only 18 days, making cleanup a lot cheaper.
It doesn't go rancid in the bucket, but when it's used, that's when we want it to biodegrade, right? Unlike the conventional AFFF PFAS firefighting foams, when they're put in use, they never degrade.
Right now, soy foam is hot, used by 20 Wisconsin fire departments.
Good for farmers, good for our fire departments, and good for the environment.
Let's go back to repurposing and utilizing what's readily available, our egg supply chain, get us diversified for our farmers, and put back in place something that we know is going to provide a safer environment for, again, first responders, firefighters, and the communities we live our daily lives.
Reporting in Madison, Armand Rahman, News 3 Now.
Armand, thank you. Research and testing on the soy foam at Chippewa Valley Technical College has been funded by Wisconsin soybean checkoff dollars. Well, Black Friday sales have beat expectations over Thanksgiving weekend. Overall, sales jumped more than 4%, with online spending hitting a record $11.8 billion. The use of the buy now, pay later was up 9% compared to last year. And on this Monday, Cyber Monday, analysts expect another big surge, with sales projected to reach $14.2 billion.
It's all about electronics and tech. Okay. Check out the big retailers like Walmart, Best Buy, Amazon, Target. Also check for some items that maybe you had in your cart, because some places are going to offer even further discounts.
Time to go home and shop, right? Experts say if you're opting for this buy now, pay later, be sure you can actually pay off the item and make those payment deadlines before you make that purchase. And it is the season for giving, but it's also an opportunity for wannabe thieves. Last year, the Postal Service says at least 58 million packages were stolen, and roughly 25% of Americans have been a victim. Now, if you're not going to be home, FedEx and UPS allow you to deliver your packages to a different address. Also, the U.S. Postal Service will hold your mail for up to 30 days. Amazon allows users to use lockers for up to 3 days.
We have more than 25,000 locations across the U.S. where people can choose to have their packages sent, including a Whole Foods or one of our hub lockers that are available.
Now, if your packages are stolen, Amazon says to call customer services, and security experts say most retailers will send you a new item, but they are becoming more strict. Boys and Girls Clubs of Dane County is asking you to pay it forward this holiday season. From now until the 25th, the nonprofit is holding a special event every day as part of its campaign. Organizers say all donations help bring warmth, joy, and essential support to more than 1,000 local youth, families, and hardworking community members.
There's years we've given cars to people. There's years where we've given away, 1 year we gave away a house. Another year we renovated the house. Another year we do this and we do that. It is an amazing campaign.
So links to shop or donate or volunteer can be found under this story at channel3000.com. Coming up next at 10, Alex tells us about the extremely cold conditions on the way and taking a different career path, why more students are joining the trades instead of college. Stay with us.
You're watching News 3 Now at 10, moving forward.
Welcome back, everyone. These days, about 1 in 4 Americans say a 4-year college degree is worth it if you have to take out a loan. Now, this has led to more students looking at other career pathways, such as the trades, which need them now more than ever. Our Chris Stanford has been looking into the impacts of this trend, and here's what he found.
Sydney Kaysen is figuring out if she has what it takes to cut it in construction. The Wanakee senior is a carpentry apprentice, splitting her time between the classroom and the job site.
Really wanted to use my hands and see what I'm building instead of sitting in an office for 8 hours every day.
Sydney was already taking construction classes. Then she joined the school's youth apprenticeship program.
I struggled figuring out what I actually wanted to do with my life and see where I was going to go. I didn't know what I was going to go to college for.
Wanakee's apprenticeship program is growing. This year, they placed their most students ever with local employers.
It is definitely growing. There's an interest from families and students who see value in a work environment like this.
McGlynn says they have 13 students currently enrolled in the school's construction pathways, learning carpentry, electrical, and plumbing skills.
I'm the person who will sit across from them and ask them what they want. Stop thinking about what your parents might want. Stop thinking about what everybody says you should do, and think about what your dreams are and what you want to do with your life.
For Sydney, the on-the-job training is crucial.
I've definitely learned a lot of skills that are going to be very useful throughout my life.
Every day on the job site is like a building block for Sydney's future, but she's also helping rebuild an industry that needs her. To keep up with demand, Associated Builders and Contractors estimates the construction industry needs to attract more than 400,000 new workers.
The industry is aging, so in order to replace all of those people that have earned their retirement and deserve that, we're going to have to replace them with new workers.
Part of their pitch is the pay. The average starting apprentice wage in Dane County is about $18.50 an hour. After completing a 3 to 5 year program, it's more than $43 an hour.
Really, the sky's the limit for people coming into the construction industry. Great wages, no debt coming out of the apprenticeship program.
Employers like Vogel Construction know what's at stake.
When you're short of craft workers and skilled trades, it's hard to get jobs complete on time. It's just the nature of it.
As for Sydney,
I think right now it's just setting me up for knowing exactly what I want to do and where I want to go.
The job site isn't just work, it's a glimpse of the future she's building for herself. In Wanakee, Chris Stanford, News 3 Now.
Thank you so much, Chris. And if you're interested in pursuing a career in the trades, here's what you can do. First, identify a trade you might be interested in, like carpentry, plumbing, electrical, or HVAC. Second, make sure you meet the minimum requirements. Most apprenticeships require a high school diploma or equivalent. And third, find a sponsor or employer. Apply for an apprenticeship through a contractor, union, or a training committee. And now to the forecast. Alert day cold is right around the corner. Alex, how cold will it get and when?
20 below zero. That's what we're up against here as we head into Thursday. Those will be the wind chills. This is for all of southern Wisconsin. Wednesday night going on into Thursday morning. I'm going to break down here and show you just how cold those wind chills are going to be in your neighborhood. Minus 23 at 6 o'clock Thursday morning. Minus 24 in Camp Douglas. Minus 24 in Viroqua. Minus 20s really across all of southern Wisconsin. This is dangerously cold stuff, and this is all part of the three things you need to know. A little light snow tonight that will end. A little light snow that's going to be out ahead of this cold air that's really going to usher in as we go in throughout the day on Wednesday, and then it will be around here throughout the day on Thursday, and it's going to stay cold beyond that too. As I was mentioning in first weather, U.S. Highway 151, Belleville all the way up to Beaver Dam. A little bit of light snow shower activity out to the east of that. Fort Atkinson, over towards Janesville, Elkhorn, Beloit, seeing still a little bit of light snow. Then when we zoom in onto Dane County here, if you're heading out on 1214 to the west, Middleton, no snow, maybe just a couple of flurries out to the east over towards Monona, over towards the 151 intersection and 39 Exchange. That little bit of light snow. So if you have any travel or if you plan to have any travel yet tonight, heading off to the east is the better chance of seeing a little bit of that light snow shower activity. North and west, less, just a little bit of that flurries left over. Future track really uneventful here. There goes the snow showers by the time we head towards midnight or so on Tuesday morning, and then just cloudy skies. And overall snowfall amounts yet tonight, maybe a dusting to a half inch. I think an inch would be a little bit over the top here for areas south and east of Madison, but just enough to slicken up the roads a bit. So take it on the easy side. Once again, if you have any late night travel after our newscast here. Tonight, cold stuff, right down to right around 10 degrees. Our average low, 23 degrees. So we're nearly 10, if not more degrees below normal for the low temperatures. High temperatures tomorrow. This isn't a picture from the end of January, even though this is what it will feel like tomorrow. Low to mid-20s for high temperatures. Be lucky to get mid-20s. And that's the normal highs that we see at the end of January going into the very middle of winter, early February, and it's only December 2nd as of tomorrow. A little bit of snow showers on Wednesday, that 30. That will likely be a high temperature early in the day. And then those temperatures, they're going to crash by the time we go into Thursday. Highs of only 13 after an early morning low of -2. Those wind chills to -20 below zero. Our temperatures, Sarah, through the whole 10-day here, way below normal for this time of year, and overnight lows in the single digits to the lower teens, and on and off snow shower chances we're expecting all the way through the end of the 10-day period. Not expecting any big storms, nothing like the 12-inch snows that some folks saw over the course of the weekend, but just little snows, 1-2 inches here and there as the weather pattern stays active from the northwest. And when the weather comes from the northwest, that's the cold stuff.
All right, we'll have to bundle up.
Bundle up,
All right.
for sure.
Thank you so much, Alex. Well, the Packers are gearing up for a rivalry match against the Bears. Both teams vying for the #1 spot in the NFC North. News 3 Now senior Packers writer Jason Wilde has more.
The Packers' rivalry with the Chicago Bears is the longest in NFL history. It's also been one of the most lopsided, at least during the Favre, Rodgers, and Jordan Love eras. Brett Favre was 22-10 against the Bears. Aaron Rodgers was 25-5, and Jordan Love is 3-1. But things have changed. The Bears enter Sunday's matchup here at Lambeau Field with the Packers with the #1 seed in the NFC if the playoffs began today. The Packers at 8-3-1 are a half game behind the 9-3 Bears, and Matt LaFleur knows that this rivalry has gotten some juice.
To be honest with you, I don't really put too much thought into that. Like, I think that, I think it's a cool for the fans, and certainly when you have two good teams, and obviously Chicago's the #1 team in the NFC right now. So, it should be a great game.
Matt LaFleur was 11-0 against the Bears until the Packers lost the regular season finale here at Lambeau Field back in January. We'll have full coverage of Packers-Bears week on our website, channel3000.com. And while you're there, make sure you sign up for our Packers newsletter, which delivers that coverage directly to your inbox every single day. In snowy Green Bay at Lambeau Field, Jason Wilde, channel3000.com.
And again, the Pack face off against the Bears at Lambeau. Kickoff for 3:25. Oh boy.
It's going to be a big one.
It's going to be a big one. I've got a lot of Bears fans in my family, but not here. So I'll be in my green and gold for sure.
It's going to be so fun. Of course, we'll be up there with Jason and cannot wait. As good as it's been for the Packers, the Bucs have been struggling lately. Still to come in sports, Milwaukee looking to stack back-to-back wins for the first time in over a month. We've got that and more next on News 3 Now. After winning 8 of their first 13, it's been a struggle bus for the Bucs. Their last time out, they snapped a 7-game losing skid, and this evening against the 2-16 Wizards, they had a chance to get back-to-back wins for the first time in over a month. And in the third quarter, it looked like they would. Kevin Porter Jr. connects on the 3 ball, giving Milwaukee a 16-point lead. That their biggest of the game. KPJ had a game-high 30, but then things got too interesting. Tied at 115 apiece late in the fourth. Giannis on a mission. 3 points the old-fashioned way, but Chris Middleton, his old teammate, well, he's the kind of guy to hold a grudge. Bucks up 1, less than a minute left, and Middleton makes them pay, giving Washington a lead they would never give back, and the Bucks lose a bad one, 129-126, the final. Staying on the basketball court, DeForest High taking on Sun Prairie East to open their season. Sun Prairie trailing, and Jack Marchese, he gets the Cardinals to stay in the game. But the Norskis, they wanted all the smoke. Philip Thornton drains the triple to keep Defoe on top, and it would be all Norskis from there on out as DeForest wins their season opener 64-40. To be completely honest, I'm still kind of unthawing from Saturday afternoon for 4 hours of filming the battle for the axe that was in the midst of a bad blizzard. But still, that feeling was nowhere near as cold as the Badgers felt on their way back to Madison after losing to Minnesota, which finished off a 4-8 season and their 5th straight loss in a trophy game, which made them miss a bowl game, or at least helped miss a bowl game for the 2nd consecutive season, the first time that's happened since the early 90s.
This isn't the expectations, and everybody understands that, everybody knows that. But nonetheless, it's, you know, it is what it is right now, and it is what we have made it. And, you know, so we know more than anything that we have to grow, we have to move forward, we have to build on the positive things that we do have, and that's the only thing we can do.
From the snow to the ice, where Caroline Harvey was named the WCHA Player of the Week again. She had 7 assists in the Badgers sweep this weekend. And get this, the defender leads all skaters in Division I women's hockey in both points and assists. Huddle Up, the guest on this week's Wisconsin Huddle is the reigning Wisconsin Athletics Male Athlete of the Year, Jason Swearens. Fresh off a national title in the shot put last year, Jason joins the show that, as always, will air here on News 3 Now Friday night at 6:30. And also, as always, Alex will be right back with a final check of that first warn forecast.
I love this story. Finally, it's a comeback story straight out of the movies. Look here. This is a British man's Bond car, which he bought for about $1,200 in the 70s. It spent 4 decades rusting in his driveway. Kids used it as a jungle gym. But now look, Aston Martin engineers spent 4 years restoring the forgotten DB5 back to its show-stopping shape. Gorgeous, from rust bucket to a $1.3 million dream car. 1.3 mil. But owner John Williams says he's not going to sell. Just want to keep it in the family. Keep the kids out of it, maybe. Put it in the garage. Somewhere safe, buddy. Anyway, safe to stay inside.
And that vehicle stay inside for weather like we have out there right now, with a little bit of that light snow south and east of US Highway 151. But that's all going to end tonight, and then we get ready for the bitter cold come Thursday. 20 below zero wind chills.
Oh my gosh, not looking forward to that. All right, thanks so much for watching News 3 Now at 10, everyone. The Late Show is up next, and you can watch the morning show starting at 4:30.